Hoosier fans, welcome. After the biggest win in Indiana football program history, we are back. This is Under the Hood, presented by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. I am Rhett Lewis, your Central Indiana Ford dealers, a proud sponsor of IU football. Reminder to get out there and visit your local Central Indiana Ford dealer today. So, from Rose Bowl to Peach Bowl, and we welcome a guy who scored a touchdown in the Rose Bowl. Elijah Surratt is here with us, part of that offensive onslaught against Alabama in a 38-3 win. Full on into Oregon, the rematch for the Peach Bowl college football playoff semifinal. I know, Elijah, welcome. Thanks for spending some time here with us again. Let's approach it this way. I mentioned it. Biggest win in Indiana football program history. But would you describe the mentality shift upon returning to Bloomington, kind of like it has been all year long? Business approach, Rose Bowl's behind us, windshield mentality. We're focused on Oregon and the Peach Bowl.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Great win first of all in the Rose Bowl. Great team effort by everyone involved. But yeah, like we said, we celebrated in that locker room. But as we got on that plane and landed back in Bloomington, the page just slowly turned. And we understand it was a great win, but we all know what our main goal was, and we got to go 1-0 again this week.
No question. I'm struck by something that Aiden Fisher told me at Rose Bowl Media Day, um, and mentioned the drive for this team, not only to win and to win for Indiana football and to win for the university, but to win and to keep winning so that you get to keep playing with this group and
Yeah.
with these teammates. Do you share that feeling?
Yeah, 100%. Just on today, I'm talking to the receivers and everybody. I'm like, man, some of us have what less than 200 snaps left in our college
Yeah.
career. So it's like, man, there's people really last couple games left on it with the Indiana brand on their jersey. So it's really surreal, special, but it's sad at the same time. Like, man, we want to keep playing. These are my brothers that I go to work with every single day. I love them like their family. So like, I wish we had 10 more games. I wish we had a whole nother season right after this that I
I
could
know.
that I could compete in, but we don't. So we have to make the most of the time that we got left with each other.
No question. And that continues at the Peach Bowl. Get to that here in just a second. But from the Rose Bowl, as a fellow receiver, nothing warms my heart more than getting in the shadows of the red zone and hearing the sluggo call come through,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
is there anything better than just being between a 20 and a 25, knowing that, man, you hit this thing on that double move, it's going for six?
Yeah, like I love getting in that score zone. I know. Like we like to take shots in those score zone, and I was waiting for Sluggo all game. I'm on the sideline like, man, just thinking in my head when we gonna call it, when we gonna call it. But at the same time, you could call something and they bail out totally. But
Sure.
we called it and they gave us the perfect coverage that we wanted for 3rd and 1. They packed the box, left me and Coop 1-on-1, and I was just able to make a play. O-line did a great job picking up the blitz, and Fernando did what he did as always, throwing dimes.
Throwing dimes,
Hmm.
no question. Obviously, three touchdowns in this one. You catch one, Omar catches one, Charlie catches the first one. But man, it felt like it was on at that point after you caught that touchdown in the second half, and then it was rolling. The run game was just four called passes in the second half,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
right? But it does speak to the physicality that this team can play with, right? And
Hmm.
the fact that Pat Coogan ends up being the offensive MVP. I mean, how would you kind of describe the way that the offensive line represents the mentality of this team?
Yeah, they're really the DNA of this team. Like we want to be physical. That's our identity, and they show it week in and week out. They put that work in. They got a great coach. Bostad does a great job of getting them boys ready. Coach, he's one of the best O line coaches I've been around. And then just the way they put their hard hats on every single day, and bring their lunch pails with them to work every single day. It's amazing. There's some dogs for sure.
Yeah, and obviously credit to Riley Nowakowski and Holden and the tight ends that come in there, and obviously the backs got to get it done. And boy,
Yeah.
the vision from Kalon and Roman, especially on those touchdown runs, was a thing of beauty in the second half for sure, and obviously opens up all the things that you guys can do. You mentioned Fernando throwing dimes. Like, how much of a heater is this dude on right now?
Man, it's like he's just waking up out the bed and doing what he does. It's just a daily process with him. It's crazy. Like I tell people this all the time. Like he's a Heisman winner. He's as good as everyone says he is, but he has like that much room to get better. That his future is that much brighter. Like he's the first person I said like I really believe like he's gonna be like one of them ones in this game of football. Like He's going to be. I feel like he can be all time great just by the way he handles himself and attacks every single day. So he really does his thing out there.
Such a great point you make too, because obviously the talent is unquestioned.
Mm-hmm.
Elite arm, right? The mobility was big in the
Mm-hmm.
Rose Bowl and has been at times during the season, but then the drive and like the desire to be better, even though he's playing at an ultra high level, like it's kind of. I feel like this is a team full of guys like that, but I feel like it's kind of rare too,
Yeah, one hundred
isn't it?
percent. In this
Yeah.
in this day and age, like people love what the game of football gets them, but a lot of times people don't love the game of football. He loves the game of football. He could care less what about the deals he gets, the everything else that he gets that comes with football. But he just loves football. He's a football guy, in and out.
And that is such a great point that you make because this is the age of kind of money and a little bit of me here and look that's part of the game now and we kind of understand that but you guys have embraced this team mentality in an age where it's not easy to do so. I mean a
Mhm.
lot of teams spend money and just don't get that cohesive unit, but you guys have found that. Does that kind of speak to the brotherhood of this group and some of what you were talking about, like not wanting to leave and wanting to keep this group together?
Yeah, 100%. We just love the game of football. We could
Yeah.
like a lot of us were playing football for $0 a couple years ago.
Yes,
So
sure.
it's of course it's a blessing. Like grateful for everything that we have now. But man, we got a bunch of guys here that just love the game of football. Just love coming in here in this facility every single day and trying to get better.
So you've had what is this? Is this 4 years for you with Coach Shanahan as your position coach?
Third year.
Third year with Coach Shanahan as your position coach. Obviously, your production has just exploded over the course of the last couple of years. How would you? I mean, we obviously know him as like a genius play caller, right?
Mhm.
But how would you kind of describe him as a position coach? What he
Yeah.
does for you guys as receivers?
Keeps me on my toes. That's one of the first things I always say. Keeps me on my
I
toes every
love that.
single day. It doesn't matter if I'm coming off 120 yards and two touchdowns. He's gonna act like I got strapped up the whole entire game. So, but y'all appreciate that. And I think that in the long run, it makes me better. But
Sure.
he's super detailed. He's super detailed. Like splits wise, just technique wise, blocking wise. If our hands are inside, just way to shoot our hands coming out of our hips, and then just in and out in the route game, just having tails, making sure our chest is down, making sure we're not looking down at the ground, stuff like that. So he does a great job. I feel like it would be hard as an old coordinator because you have to focus on so much. You got to focus on the offense as a whole, but he does a great job of also keeping our technique fresh and everything. And I've learned so many coverages just from him. Like they call stuff, so many stuff they call. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm glad I have him just teaching us the ins and outs of coverages as well.
Yeah, and how much fun on that in that respect. Obviously, we've seen the development of Omar Cooper, right, in the last couple of years. But how about in the second half of the season, seeing Charlie Becker emerge as a force? Man, how much fun has that been for you guys to
Man,
kind of be a part of?
it's been amazing to see. He deserves all of it though. Like Charlie, he's put in a lot of work since he's been here. So from freshman year to today, he's made a tremendous leap in just everything. His athletics, he's always been athletic, but he's got even more athletic. His technique has made a jump. He's smarter on the football field. Like he's a guy for real, and he's trending up every single game. It seems like.
No question. That's something that'll be a little bit different this time around against Oregon. Didn't see him as much in that first matchup, and then he really kind of took off after that. Um, How much talk has there been around the facility about how difficult it is to beat a really good team twice, which you
Yeah.
guys have the task of doing?
Honestly, not too much. We understand it's going to be a challenge in itself, just always playing a team twice. But really, it comes down to just doing what we do every single day. Of course, we're going to make our changes. They're going to make our changes. We'll see how they come out those first couple of drives and what their tendencies are going to be throughout that game. But really, it comes down to executing, staying above the sticks, and not turning the ball over. As long as we do that, I feel like we'll put ourselves in a good position.
No question. And on that front, like how much confidence does it give you? Because I feel like even in games where it's been tough, right? And it's been a tight back and forth kind of battle, it feels like, the offensive staff and the game plan always has answers, right? To
Mhm.
put you guys in the right spot. I mean, that's got to kind of lower the anxiety level in some of those tense situations a little bit, doesn't it? Knowing that you're going to get a good call.
Yeah, 100%. When we're in those moments, they since I've been with them, it's just preaching, just trust the process and trust your training. Really, like we've been through these moments, we've practiced these moments. Of course, it's a little different. What you got a crowd now, and it's and real rest and stuff. But it's really what we did in the practice, man. Just do what you do. Don't think too much of it, and execute when it's time to execute. Really, and keep it
All
simple.
right, Elijah. This is it, man. Let's go get one more,
Yes, sir.
and then we'll talk about what comes after that. But
Yes, sir.
it'll be a lot of fun. Time to get peachy, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, hopefully,
Appreciate you
hopefully
joining us,
you
man.
rocking another
Yeah,
peach hat
yeah.
next week, man. Yes,
No,
sir.
no doubt. Elijah Surratt with us here on this edition of Under the Hood with IU Football, presented by your Central Indiana Ford dealers. We'll see all of you in Atlanta in that number supporting the Hoosiers. Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Go Hoosiers.